This is a calm 60-minute bedtime story for sleep. Nothing sudden will happen. Nothing will change quickly. You can simply listen and rest. Rain is present at the wooden window. Steady rain on the window glass. A quiet room. A warm, dim calm. Nothing urgent. Nothing to fix. Nothing to do. Not now. You can stay exactly where you are. You do not need to prepare. You do not need to get ready. You are already allowed to rest. The rain is steady enough to trust. The sound is even. The pattern is slow. The window holds the rain outside. The wooden frame stays still. The glass stays between you and the night. Breath can be small. Breath can be quiet. In. Out. In. Out. No counting is needed. No control is needed. Just breath. Let the eyes rest. Let the eyelids be heavy. Let the face be soft. Let the jaw be loose. Let the tongue rest. Let the throat be quiet. Nothing to say. Nothing to explain. Rain stays present. You can hear it clearly enough. You do not need to listen hard. Just notice it. Then let it be. The room stays warm enough. The light stays gentle. Not bright. Not sharp. Just quiet. In. Out. Now notice the body being supported. The surface beneath you is doing the work. You do not have to hold yourself up. You do not have to keep anything together. Feel the back being held. Feel the shoulders being held. Feel the hips being held. Feel the legs being held. Held. Supported. Resting. If a thought appears, that is fine. If it fades, that is fine. You do not need to follow it. You do not need to finish it. Not now. Back to rain. Back to the wooden window. Back to the glass. Back to the steady sound. In. Out. Let the shoulders drop a little. Not forced. Just a little. Then a little more. Let the hands be easy. Let the fingers loosen. Let the palms rest open. Nothing to grip. Nothing to carry. The rain will continue without your help. The night will continue without your help. You can stop helping. You can stop managing. Not now. In. Out. Now notice the chest. Easy movement. No effort. A small inhale. A small exhale. Now notice the belly. Soft, unbraced, unguarded. No need to hold it in. No need to protect. In, out. Rain on the window glass. Steady rain. Slow rain. A calm layer of sound. You can let that sound sit in the background. You can let it blur. You can let it fade behind your rest. In, out. Now notice the neck. Let it soften. Let it be supported. No need to hold the head up. Now notice the upper back. Let it widen. Let it release. Now notice the lower back. Let it be heavy. Let it be held. In, out. Now the hips. Heavy. Stable. Supported. Now the thighs. Quiet. Still. Now the knees. Soft. Now the calves. Heavy. Now the feet. Loose. Resting. Toes can uncurl. Ankles can loosen. Nothing to do with the feet. They can simply be. In, out. The wooden window stays still. The glass stays solid. The rain stays outside. You stay inside. Safe enough. Quiet enough. If the mind tries to plan, it can stop. If the mind tries to review, it can stop. If the mind tries to solve, it can stop. Not now. You do not need progress. You do not need a goal. You do not need to reach anything. Only settling. Only resting. In, out. Let the face soften again. Smooth the forehead. Soften around the eyes. Let the jaw stay loose. Let the shoulders stay down. Let the hands stay open. Let the legs stay still. No effort. The rain stays steady. Nothing changes quickly. Nothing sudden will happen. In, out. Now let the mind become less interested. Less curious. Less awake. Less involved. You do not need to keep track of time. You do not need to keep track of words. You do not need to remember anything. Not now. Just rain. Just the wooden window. Just the steady glass between you and the night. Just breath. Just rest. In, out. If you notice you are listening too closely, you can listen less. If you notice you are trying to do it right, you can stop trying. Not now. Let the room feel simple. One quiet place. One steady rain. One calm body. The body knows how to rest. The body knows how to drift. In, out. You can settle deeper. Without trying. Without deciding. Just settling. Just resting. Rain at the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. A quiet room. A slow breath. In, out. And you can keep drifting. Rain stays on the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. The room stays quiet. You stay inside. Nothing to do. Not now. The wooden frame is still. The glass is cool and safe. Rain makes small lines. Rain makes soft dots. The sound is even. You do not need to listen closely. You do not need to follow anything. Just let the rain be there. In, out. A slow inhale. A slow exhale. The rain does not ask you questions. The rain does not need answers. It simply continues. Steady. Patient. Unhurried. You can be the same. Steady. Patient. Unhurried. In, out. The wooden window holds the night outside. The glass keeps the distance. The rain stays on the other side. You stay on this side. Safe enough. Quiet enough. Not now. If a thought comes, it can come. If it goes, it can go. You do not need to decide. You do not need to do anything with it. Back to rain. Back to the window. Back to the steady sound. In, out. Notice the small light in the room. Not bright. Not sharp. Just warm enough. Notice the darker corners. They can stay dark. Nothing hides there. Nothing needs attention. Only quiet. Rain on glass. Steady rain. In, out. Let the eyes soften again. Let the gaze blur. No focus. No effort. If the eyes are open, that is fine. If they close, that is fine. Either way, you can rest. Not now. The rain is a soft layer. A steady layer. A simple layer. You can let it fill the space. You can let it cover the edges of thought. You can let it smooth everything down. In, out. The wooden window is strong. It has been here. It stays here. It holds the frame. It holds the glass. It holds the rain outside. You do not need to hold anything. Not now. In. Out. Now let the sound be farther away. Still present. But not close. Not pressing. Not demanding. Just there. A calm background. A quiet background. In. Out. If the mind tries to name things, it can stop. If the mind tries to remember, it can stop. If the mind tries to plan, it can stop. Not now. Back to the simple scene. Rain. Wood. Glass. Quiet room. In. Out. You may notice the rhythm. Not a beat. Not music. Just a slow, irregular softness. Nothing sudden. Nothing sharp. Nothing fast. Steady rain. In. Out. Let the shoulders feel heavier. Not forced. Just heavier. Let the arms be quiet. Let the hands be still. Let the fingers rest. No grip. No work. No holding. Not now. Rain at the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. In. Out. You can rest in the sameness. The same sound. The same room. The same quiet. No surprises. No turns. No changes. Just steady. In. Out. If the mind starts to drift, let it drift. If it returns, let it return. No problem. No effort. Back to rain. In. Out. Notice the space behind your eyes. Let it feel wider. Let it feel darker. Let it feel quiet. Nothing to think about. Nothing to solve. Not now. The rain keeps going. You can stop trying. In. Out. Now the window glass again. Cool. Smooth. Distant. A safe boundary. Rain touches the glass. You do not have to. In. Out. Let the room become simpler. Less detail. Less meaning. Less story. Only rest. Only quiet. Not now. Rain. Window. Breath. In. Out. You can let the body sink down a little more. A small drop. A small settling. Nothing dramatic. Just settling. In. Out. The rain is steady enough to trust. The window is solid enough to trust. The room is quiet enough to trust. You are safe enough to rest. Not now. In. Out. Let the breath be soft. Let it be shallow if it wants. Let it be slow if it wants. No rules. No counting. In. Out. Now let the words become less important. You do not have to follow them. You do not have to remember them. They can pass like rain. They can blur like glass. In. Out. Rain at the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In. Out. You can keep resting. You can keep drifting. Slowly. Softly. Without effort. Rain stays. You rest. In. Out. And you can continue like this. Let the body be here. Let it be heavy. Let it be simple. In. Out. The rain stays outside. The wooden window stays still. You stay inside. Now notice the forehead. Let it smooth. No effort. In. Out. Notice the eyes. Let the eyes rest in their place. Let the tiny muscles soften. As if they can melt. Not forced. Just softer. In. Out. Notice the jaw. Let the jaw unclench. Let the tongue rest. Let the teeth separate a little. Nothing to hold. Not now. In. Out. Notice the neck. Let the neck be supported. Let the head be carried. No lifting. No holding. In. Out. Notice the shoulders. Let them drop a little. Then drop again. A small release. Then another small release. Not forced. Just allowed. In. Out. Notice the arms. Let the upper arms be quiet. Let the elbows be heavy. Let the forearms rest. Let the wrists loosen. Hands can be still. Fingers can be still. In. Out. Notice the chest. Let it be wide without trying. Let the breath come and go. No control. In. Out. A slow inhale. A slow exhale. If the breath is shallow, it is fine. If it is deep, it is fine. No rules. No counting. Not now. In. Out. Notice the back. Let the back spread into the surface beneath you. Let the spine be long without effort. Let the space between the ribs soften. In. Out. Notice the belly. Let it be soft. Let it be warm. Let it move only a little. No tightening. No bracing. In. Out. Notice the hips. Let the hips be heavy. Let them settle. As if they can sink 1 millimeter. Then one more. In. Out. Notice the thighs. Let them rest. Let them become quiet weight. No pushing. No holding. In. Out. Notice the knees. Let the knees be easy. Let the joints be loose. Nothing to do. In. Out. Notice the calves. Let them soften. Let them feel less sharp. Less defined. In. Out. Notice the ankles. Let the ankles release. Let the feet drop open. Let the toes separate without thinking. Not now. In. Out. Now the whole body together. One quiet shape. One heavy shape. One safe shape. Rain outside. Quiet inside. In. Out. If a thought appears, let it float above you. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to hold it. You do not need to finish it. Not now. In. Out. Now feel the temperature of the room. Not as a story. Just as a simple feeling. Cool air. Warm air. Somewhere between. In. Out. Feel the contact points. Where the body meets the surface. Where the weight is held. Where you are supported. You are supported. You do not need to support yourself. In. Out. Let the breath become quieter. Not smaller. Just quieter. A gentle inhale. A gentle exhale. In. Out. Let the muscles forget their job. Let the face forget expression. Let the shoulders forget lifting. Let the hands forget gripping. Let the belly forget tightening. Not now. In. Out. Rain at the wooden window. Steady rain on glass. And your body can copy that steadiness. Not by doing. By stopping. In, out. Now let the body feel slightly farther away. Still yours. Still here. But less important. Less detail. Less edge. Less urgency. In, out. If you notice a small tension, you can release it. Just one place. One small release. Then stop. No scanning. No searching. No fixing. Not now. In, out. Let the shoulders drop once more. Let the jaw soften once more. Let the hands rest once more. Then leave it alone. In, out. You can listen to the rain without listening. You can hear it without attention. It can stay in the background. In, out. Now let the breath carry you. Not as a task. As a gentle motion. In, out. A soft inhale. A soft exhale. The body is safe. The room is safe. The night is slow. Not now. In, out. Let the body sink again. A small sinking. A slow sinking. Nothing to do. Nothing to solve. In, out. And you can continue like this. Breathing. Releasing. Sinking. Quietly. Now you can let thinking become less important. Not stopped. Just less important. Rain stays steady at the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. The room stays quiet. In, out. Let the mind stop reaching for meaning. Let it stop trying to understand. Let it stop trying to connect ideas. Not now. If a sentence forms, it can fade. If a word appears, it can blur. If a thought starts, it can end early. A beginning. Then nothing. In, out. The rain is the same. The window is the same. The night is the same. Same sound. Same darkness. Same quiet. Nothing changes quickly. In, out. Now let the words become thinner. Less weight. Less message. Less meaning. You do not need to hold them. You do not need to keep them. They can pass. They can dissolve. Not now. In, out. If you notice the mind checking, it can stop. Checking time. Checking progress. Checking yourself. Not now. Back to the simplest scene. Wooden frame. Window glass. Steady rain. Quiet room. In. Out. Now let attention become wide and soft. No tight focus. No scanning. No searching. Wide. Soft. Quiet. In. Out. If you notice you are listening too closely, listen less. If you notice you are trying to follow, follow less. If you notice you are trying to do it right, stop trying. Not now. In. Out. Let the breath happen without notice. Let it come and go on its own. No rules. No control. In. Out. Now allow blank space to appear. A few seconds of blank. Then blank again. Then longer blank. No need to measure. No need to count. Blank is fine. Not now. In. Out. If a thought appears, it can be far away. As if it belongs to someone else. As if it is not yours. As if it is not important. Let it drift off. Let it fade out. In. Out. Now let the edges of awareness blur. Like fog on window glass. Like rain softening the view. Soft blur. Soft distance. In. Out. You do not need images. You do not need scenes. You do not need anything to imagine. Just dark. Just quiet. Just rain. In. Out. Now let the mind become less verbal. Less sentence. Less language. A few simple words only. Then quiet. Not now. In. Out. If the mind tries to solve something, it can stop. If it tries to plan, it can stop. If it tries to fix, it can stop. Not now. Back to rain. Back to the wooden window. Back to the steady glass. In. Out. Now you can let yourself drift away from effort. Away from attention. Away from thinking. Not by force. By losing interest. Less interest. Less effort. In. Out. The rain stays steady. The night stays slow. Nothing sudden will happen. In. Out. Now the words can fade further. Less and less. Thinner and thinner. Until they feel like background. Until they feel like mist. Not now. In, out. You can forget the last sentence. You can forget the last word. You can forget what you were listening to. That is good. That is enough. In, out. Wooden window. Steady rain. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In, out. And you can keep drifting. More blank. More quiet. Less mind. Rain stays steady at the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. The room stays quiet. The night stays slow. Now you can settle deeper. Not by trying. By not adding anything. In, out. You do not need to listen closely. You do not need to follow the words. You can let the words pass through. Like rain sliding down glass. Not now. Let the breath be small. Let the breath be quiet. It comes in. It goes out. No effort. No control. In, out. The rain is steady enough to cover everything. It covers sharp edges. It covers busy thoughts. It covers the need to do anything. In, out. Now let the body be heavier in rest. Not heavy with effort. Heavy with release. The head is supported. The neck is supported. The shoulders are supported. The chest is supported. The back is supported. The hips are supported. The legs are supported. The feet are supported. Held. Safe. Still. In, out. If the mind checks anything, let it stop. Checking time. Checking progress. Checking whether you are doing it right. Not now. Back to the simplest scene. Wooden frame. Window glass. Steady rain. Quiet room. In, out. Now let attention become dimmer. Less bright. Less alert. Less focused. As if a light in the mind is lowering. Not suddenly. Slowly. Gently. In, out. If a thought appears, let it fade. No reply. No engagement. No work. Not now. A thought can start. Then stop. Before it becomes anything. In, out. Now allow blank space to appear more often. Blank for a moment. Blank again. Blank longer. No need to count. No need to measure. Blank is safe. Blank is quiet. Blank is enough. In, out. Rain stays steady. Nothing changes quickly. Nothing sudden will happen. In, out. Now let the edges of awareness blur. Like fog on the glass. Like rain softening the view. Soft blur. Soft distance. In, out. You do not need images. You do not need scenes. You do not need to imagine anything. Just dark. Just quiet. Just steady rain. In, out. Now fewer words. Shorter words. Softer words. Less meaning. Less message. More rest. Not now. If you notice you are trying to relax, stop trying. If you notice you are trying to fall asleep, stop trying. Sleep comes without pushing. Sleep comes when you stop checking. In, out. Now let the body be quiet as one. No parts. No scanning. No fixing. Just one quiet weight. One calm shape. In, out. If you drift, let it happen. If you disappear from the words, let it happen. If you forget, let it happen. That is good. That is enough. In, out. Now let the room feel farther away. As if it is distant. As if you are already drifting from it. The wooden window can be far away. The rain can be far away. Even the idea of listening can be far away. Far. Soft. Dim. Not now. Let the breath happen without notice. Let it come and go by itself. No rules. No effort. In, out. Between breaths, there is a small pause. A quiet pause. A blank pause. Let that pause widen a little. Not by effort. Just by permission. Blank is fine. In, out. Now let the mind become less verbal. Less sentence. Less language. A few simple words. Then quiet. Not now. Rain at the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. Quiet room. In, out. If the mind tries to plan, it can stop. If it tries to review, it can stop. If it tries to solve, it can stop. Not now. Back to rain. Back to wood. Back to glass. In, out. Now let the body sink one small step deeper. Not dramatic. Just a small settling. A small release in the face. A small release in the jaw. A small release in the shoulders. A small release in the hands. A small release in the belly. Then stop doing. Stop fixing. Stop searching. Not now. In. Out. You do not need perfect stillness. You do not need perfect quiet. You only need release. Release is enough. In. Out. Now let the rain be the main thing again. Not as focus. As background. As steadiness. Steady. Even. Unchanging. In. Out. If you notice a thought, let it be far away. As if it belongs to someone else. As if it is not yours. As if it is not important. Let it drift off. Let it fade out. Not now. In. Out. Now let the mind become simpler. No questions. No answers. No searching. Only steady rain. Only quiet. Only breath. In. Out. Now the words can fade further. Less and less. Thinner and thinner. Until they feel like background. Until they feel like mist. Not now. In. Out. You can forget the last sentence. You can forget the last word. You can forget what you were listening to. That is good. That is enough. In. Out. Rain stays steady at the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In. Out. Now let the mind lose interest. Less interest. Less effort. Less awareness. As if you are turning away from the day. Turning toward sleep. Turning toward dark quiet. In. Out. If you fall asleep in the middle of a line, that is perfect. If you stop listening, that is perfect. If you drift off without noticing, that is perfect. Nothing to hold. Nothing to keep. In. Out. And you can sink a little deeper. A little slower. A little softer. Not now. Just rest. Rain stays steady at the wooden window. The room stays quiet. Everything stays slow. Nothing to do. Not now. You do not need to listen closely. You do not need to follow the words. You can let the words fade. In, out. Let the breath be small. Let the breath be quiet. It comes. It goes. In, out. Now let the mind become very light. Not busy. Not working. Not searching. Just soft. Just dim. Not now. Rain on the glass. Wooden frame. Quiet room. Same. 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 In, out. If a thought begins, let it end early. Before it becomes a story. Before it becomes a plan. A beginning. Then nothing. Not now. In, out. You can stop trying to relax. You can stop trying to sleep. You can stop checking yourself. Sleep does not need help. Sleep comes when you stop checking. Not now. In, out. Let the body be heavy in rest. Not heavy in effort. Heavy in release. The head is supported. The neck is supported. The shoulders are supported. The back is supported. The hips are supported. The legs are supported. Held. Safe. Still. In, out. Now let awareness fade at the edges. As if the room is far away. As if the window is far away. As if the sound is far away. Far. Soft. Dim. Not now. In, out. Between breaths, there is blank space. A quiet space. A soft pause. Let the pause widen. Not by effort. Just by allowing. Blank is fine. In, out. Now fewer words. Shorter words. Less meaning. No message. No task. No instruction. Only rest. Not now. Rain stays steady. Nothing changes quickly. Nothing sudden will happen. In, out. If you notice you are listening, listen less. If you notice you are thinking, think less. If you notice you are trying, try less. Not now. In, out. Let the mind lose interest. Less interest. Less effort. Less awareness. A soft in drifting. In, out. If you forget the last sentence, that is good. If you forget the last word, that is good. If you lose the thread, that is good. No need to hold anything. Not now. In, out. Rain at the wooden window. Steady rain on the glass. Quiet room. Nothing to do. Not now. In, out. Now let the words thin out more. Like mist. Like fog. Like background. Less and less. In, out. You can drift off at any moment. You can stop listening at any moment. You can fall asleep midline. That is perfect. Not now. In, out. Just rain. Just dark. Just rest. In, out. And you can sleep.